Let's say your work just announced a really big change. Yay! Not really, right? In fact, we tend to dread and resent or even hide from big changes, especially ones imposed on us from outside that are outside of our control. I will never forget getting a scary medical diagnosis, and on the way home from the doctor's, I stopped at the pharmacy and I found myself just standing still in the middle of the store with all these people moving around me. It was like time had stopped and I couldn't move or process. And it was like all the people were holographs or something, because how could life be normal for them? I later read William Bridges' book, Managing Transitions, that describes the 3 phases we go through during times of change, which explained so much about how I felt that day and afterwards. It did not change my new reality, but it did help me understand my feelings, and it gave me something to hold on to while I was going through it. And if you're going through a big change, or maybe you're helping someone through one, I hope it helps you too. Hi, I'm Shari. Let's look at the 3 phases that we go through during times of change. Phase 1 is endings. Before you can start to exist in a new reality, you need to let go of or end what used to be. A good way to think about this is, imagine you're at a circus on a trapeze. So you're holding on to this thin bar, about to let go and fly into open space. That's what endings feels like, which creates some pretty strong emotions like denial, like, oh no, that's not gonna happen. Shock, fear, anger, despair, resistance, all of which can seem like overreactions to people on the outside, but that feel very real when we're going through it. Endings means grieving the loss of the old reality, and maybe even grieving the loss of our old identities. So what do you do if someone you know is going through this? You want to listen and empathize, and do not try to talk them out of how they're feeling. Instead, honor the past and how much they value it. Also, know that these emotions are happening for them, even if you don't feel that way. And if you have any information about the change, or if you're at all in charge, you want to share whatever you know. Explain what to expect and keep that information coming. So communicate again and again. People going through endings need to understand as much as possible. Okay, back to the trapeze. In the second or middle phase, we have let go, and now we're flying through open space. William Bridges calls that the neutral zone, but there's nothing neutral feeling about it. Instead, it feels chaotic and confusing. We still feel the loss of the old reality, but we don't yet understand, we haven't yet reached the new one. This is when we realize that there's no turning back, which feels like frustration, resentment, uncertainty, anxiety, stress, also low morale and low energy. We're really not okay when we dive into the neutral zone. So what do you do if someone you know is going through this? Again, you listen and you communicate. You keep your demands reasonable. In a way, you're gonna lower your expectations temporarily just to give them space. You wanna encourage them and share success stories if you have them. Also, involve people as much as possible to help increase their understanding and comfort level. And there is actually some good news in the neutral zone. As we start to approach phase 3, we might actually show some innovation and creativity as we try to make sense of our situation. Finally, you get to the other side. You grasp on to that other trapeze. That's called beginnings. It's the beginning of whatever your new normal is, which looks like acceptance and relief, and renewed energy and learning, and also a sense of accomplishment. You made it there. Now, there may still be a little bit of tentativeness, but we are more confident in where we are now. What can we do to help others in this phase? Train and support them and continue to paint a picture so they can wrap their heads around this reality. Also, continue to involve them and, if possible, create opportunities for some quick successes and easy wins. Also, celebrate, acknowledge how far they've come, and recognize that it was hard. So that's the 3 phases of transition. And a really important point to remember is that different people go through different phases at different times. Do not expect everyone to be where you are or where you were when you first heard. And if you've already made it through to the other side, remember, they might not be able to see it yet. So be patient, listen, encourage, and of course, communicate and share as much information as you can. Which is why I'm sharing this information with you, because it really did help me personally, and it's helped as I've supported others who are going through change. And I hope it helps you too.